Hey everyone, I'm going to do a funny little video here, and I'm not bashing Donald Trump. Before I even get into this, I think all politicians are useless pieces of crap. I think he's one of them. I think Hillary's another. I think Bernie Sanders is another. I don't think there's any legitimate choices. So I'm not singling anybody out. I'm actually going to go do a series of all of them and talk about their deficiencies and how they relate to their constitution or their behaviors. Um, Donald Trump was a perfect first one to do um, because his actual deficiency, his main deficiency, is very obvious in his constitution or personality. I'll talk about some of his other. He gets a lot of work done, a lot, and that's fine. He's perfectly entitled to. But just to go through some of his deficiencies, nobody can tell me that this guy does not have a thyroid issue. He definitely does. You can see the deep indents here and here. That's a selenium deficiency. You can see the dark upper eyelids. You just see them. I know that we've got hanging skin here. This hanging skin is a calcium carbonate deficiency. The dark skin on the upper eyelids is calcium phosphate. We see the sharp indents here and right here. That's potassium phosphate. Potassium phosphate is the single most abundant mineral in gray matter within the human brain, which regulates behaviors, transfers nerve signaling, etc., etc., etc. He has heavy metals issues. He's full of fillers, but you can see no way at his age that he actually looks like this. He gets his spray tan. He's chocked full of inflammation. And that's why you see the tanning. And I'm not making fun of the guy for it. I'm not making fun of him for anything. I'm just going to speak the truth here today, and you can all take from it what you will. When you add yellow or orange to red, which is he's packed with inflammation. It's most likely rosacea that he's suffering from. He really could use some potassium sulfate, potassium chloride, and iron phosphate. Which deal with stage 1, stage 2, stage 3 inflammation. It would go a long way to helping him. But you'll also see that he has this line right here. That's called the malnutrition line. Now, malnutrition line doesn't mean that this guy doesn't eat well or eat a lot of foods with nutrients, but he's not absorbing them. I know that you can't see all of the inflammation in this photo, but trust me, this guy's packed with it. Look through his photos, and his face is so red in every photo. And that's what the tanning is all about, to try to mask that. And that's okay. It's nothing to be ashamed of. It is what it is. But the most prominent deficiency, like there's lots that would lead to. Obviously, I could tease and have a bit of fun. And this is all about fun today. Although it's true, it's completely true. This one is kind of more funny than the rest because he's such a outspoken and, I'm going to come out right and say it, narcissistic personality, and his main deficiency speaks greatly of it. And I've showed this to you in other videos. Right here and right here, you see how the skin above the upper eyelid comes in and then bumps down. It comes inward here and then it creates a bump right here. That is a potassium arsenite deficiency. But now, and I know a lot of people are going to get a giggle out of this, and I don't care if you're a Trump fan. I don't care if you don't like what I have to say. You can run your mouths down below. I really don't care. I'm going to do this for every single candidate for the presidency over the course of the next week. He just happens to be the first because, well, I have to be honest, this guy gets on my nerves. Maybe I should look at my own deficiencies for why he gets on my nerves. An inclination, potassium arsenite, the list, I'm going to give you a short list, just the behavioral or constitutional issues that would arise from such a great deficiency. And he does have a very strong deficiency. I've only seen one that's really much worse than him. So an inclination for addiction, I don't know if that's fact or fiction. I'm not saying he's addicted to anything, I don't know. Maybe he is. Addicted to being an asshole, I'm sorry. Always annoyed. Suffer from great annoyance. We all know that's true. Suffers from confusion. Well, you only have to look at any of his debates. Developmental delays, and this is the one that I have to keep having a little laugh over, because they keep making fun of the size of his hands, and I just I don't know as a child whether he suffered developmental delays or not, but they make fun of his small hands, so that was kind of funny. Forgetfulness. All you have to do is watch any of his debates, and you know that's completely true. Suffers from indifference, can't make up his mind. Yeah, well, that's pretty true as well, because he flip-flops a lot. Always irritable. Again, can be directly related to a potassium arsenite deficiency, and to others as well, but we're just talking about his main one. Jealousy, absolutely, with this guy, because he hates anybody else who's rich. A lack of tact. Wow, that hit that one right on the head. Like it couldn't be any more accurate, because I don't know anybody who lacks tact more than this guy. Suffers from nervousness. It would be a pessimist, and along with to correlate, the puffy face that he has is actually another indication of a potassium arsenite deficiency. But all of those are directly linked to the most prominent deficiency that he has, that is visible, that he has that is visible. So that's all I'm going to talk about today. It's really I found it really interesting, because his main deficiency does match his personality from what we see. What we see on the cameras may not be what he's like in real life and away from it. I want to defend him, and I want to call him an asshole all at the same time. But anyway, I'm just going to run it down. Inclination for addiction. I don't know if that's real or not. If he suffers from it or not, I would have no way of knowing. Always annoyed is absolutely true. Confusion is definitely true. Developmental delay. I would have to know him as a child, but I just found humor in that, related to them teasing him about his small hands. Forgetfulness, indifference, irritable. Oh, sorry, yeah, always irritable. Couldn't read my own writing. Sorry. Disinterest, jealousy, absolutely. The big one, lacks tact. Oh boy, they hit that nail right in the head. Nervousness, and a pessimist. And his deficiency really sums up his personality from what I know of it. Anyway, folks, that's Donald Trump. That's his deficiencies. A lot of it's masked behind some aesthetics work and a really bad spray tan, but the main one is potassium arsenite, as I showed you, and it really speaks greatly of his individual personality. Anyway, bye for now.